specific files are. You need someone who's on the inside, someone who knows where the keys to the castle are hidden, and they know how to hurt the company.
The Secret Service first looked at Tim Lloyd, the man who had designed Omega's computer system. He had recently left Omega for a job at another company. Supervisors had given him a positive reference.
They said he was a good worker. They said that he was excellent technically. They didn't want to prevent him from getting another job.
Lloyd had left Omega 3 weeks before the computer crash, so he didn't have access to the building to purge the manufacturing programs on the day of the crash.
They were kind of in a quandary as to who else besides him could have done it. They thought maybe he hacked in from the outside, but they said that they had disconnected any contact from an outside modem, so they knew that couldn't have been done.
Only supervisors had access to Omega's computer system at a level necessary to cause this much damage. But there was a problem.
Just about everybody had supervisory rights, and there were even some accounts that were set up with a name like 12345. It's a really strange name with absolutely no password. So there was no security on this.
Which meant that the perpetrator could have been anyone. 6 months after the massive computer crash, Omega was struggling to stay afloat. How had its proprietary software been completely deleted? Troll-On-Track's Greg Olson, an expert in the Novell operating system that controlled the server, sifted the electronic flotsam of the company's hard drive.
The problem is when you do a delete and a purge, the entire roadmap to know where this data is completely gone. So it's literally a needle in the haystack and impossible to piece this information together. All you're seeing is a collection of letters and numbers that don't really mean anything.
Olson relied on sophisticated software to help him search for any suspicious commands.
What I'm looking for is bits of code that I know in the computer world cause deletion. In this particular case, what I was zeroing in on was any type of a delete or even any type of a purge. So from here, let's continue our search for purge.
Now we have a hit.
Where I really hit gold was when I started taking hits on the search for purge.
Eventually, Olson found a purge command tied to 5 other lines of code.
That one's 73096. All 6 lines of these code are essentially what caused it. Login 12345.
It was a dangerously efficient bit of programming.
We called it a time bomb, and the actual fuse was 6 lines of code. And what it was is really a set of steps that the computer would go through, some checks.
The first line simply checked the date and compared it to July 30th, 1996, the day before the server crash.
This fuse can be attached to anybody that's logging in. So when you come in, what the fuse does is it checks the date. And if it's after the date and the fuse, it would actually light the time bomb to actually do the deletion.